この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu, episode 77. Last time on Ginga, a whole bunch of stuff, lots of schemes and plots. Let's start with Rubinsky. Rubinsky has mentioned some tentative plans to maybe like do something to Countess Grunewald, Anaros, Reinhard's sister, which is kind of akin to poking a bear, or I guess poking a bear's sister. Maybe not the best idea for Rubinsky, but he always has plans within plans, so we'll see. Royenthal got removed from his post, sort of due to the trial thing that they were undergoing, but he was assigned a new post, and depending on your perspective, potentially even a higher level post. Certainly one where he'll have a little bit more freedom, maybe? A little bit more authority, maybe? A little bit less directly supervised, which is maybe not the best idea. Kind of like leaving a bear alone in your house. Yeah. It might trash some shit. Okay. In the meantime, oh, and something else about that I'm a little bit confused on, but not quite sure what's going on. Reinhard said some stuff about maybe that change won't go into effect until they've defeated Yang, if they can defeat Yang at Iserlohn. Okay. Speaking of which, lots of fleets heading to a certain corridor. I hope Yang is ready. I hope he's got a plan, because as impregnable as that fortress is, he does not have that much manpower, or support, or anything. So, yeah. Bunch of shit's about to go down. Let's see what happens. Also, there's this other thing that's been brought up. I think it was brought up 2 episodes ago, with the finding out about the Earth Cult and the Fazani like working together, and so I'm expecting that to come into place somewhere. Maybe once Reinhard takes off, like the fleet lifts off, and suddenly there's a revolt on Fazan, and nobody knows where it came from, but we know because it's the terrorists. Terra, not terror, but you know, kind of one and the same. So, lots of moving pieces, lots of interesting things. Battle is brewing, or is coming, maybe. Let's find out what happens. I've got the episode up, episode 77. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this video, as usual. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there is in the description down there. Time-based version on YouTube is what you're watching right now. I'm talking to you. It'll have a discussion at the end and a beep-beep timer at the beginning for syncing up with your own version if that's what you want to do. And that timer will go right here. I'm running low on tea. Whoa. Wait, are they not on Fazan? Are they on Hyacinth? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So why? Reminds him of the statue at home. No larger than life and not within 10 years of my death. So he's again planning for post Reinhard. Continues to do that. That's a pretty interesting perspective, and I like it. And I saw a Royenthal on in there. Okay. They're just circling it. So Lutz is remaining on Fazan to police stuff. Okay. Young Wenbo. He sounds different. Yeah. Numbers, supplies, support. What kind of incident? Something with uh Silver, that's his name. And Gluck, the like normie who was assigned to be his second, right? Hmm. Ambitious as always. Certainly. Maybe. Unless something shakes everything up again. Hmm? Hmm. Driven entirely by his work for its own sake. Cool. I like him. So, cool new palace? This internal conflict, man. So they're members of that crew. Yeah. Yeah. So he feels the same way. It's a lot of people against Oberstein. Why are we focusing on that guy? Wait, he has the arm. He oh. Might be a little bit of an excuse, eh? Ha 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 ha. So they said an incident, and we're focusing on clocks and all of the people coming here. You know what this reminds me of? The early, there was an assassination attempty thing on somebody. Where that house exploded with Reinhard in it and Kirchhoff outside. Shit, we're focusing on clocks a lot. There's a time bomb, isn't there? There's a time bomb, isn't there? Somewhere. Who are you? And where are you going? Where's Oberstein in relation to that blast? Oberstein was here, right? Not Silver. No. All right, where was Oberstein? Oh, so he's still alive. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Shrapnel? Shit. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Hey, buddy. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yes, he is. Potentially by his own volition. We got a cutie nurse. We got a cutie nurse. Surprised she's actually a terrorist. Fuck. All cute girls are terrorists. It's not gonna stop him, though. He needs to deal with Yang. Like, that's his priority. That's what he's there for. If. Okay. And what would be the value of Odin? Like throwing your opponent a sword, you know? Fight me fair. But. Whoa, Hilda. So let him grow? No, that's not smart. But it does. It tickles Reinhard's fancy a little bit. Clear my debt to him. He used him twice there. I without the second use, I would have thought he was talking about Kircheis. The second one he was talking about Reinhard. He was talking about Yang. Seems likely. But Yang is the magician. The child or the woman? National Psychiatric Hospital? Who's there? Who's there worth targeting? Psychiatric Hospital on Heinesen. Fork? Fork? And the corpses aren't identifiable. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. Who dat? Oh, he alive. Oh my god, it was up so fast. Oh, damn it. Timestamp? 19... What are they planning with Fork? That's a big operation to get one guy out. Is this where... Oh, okay. So what did you accomplish? Okay. What's the next step? Oh, I guess we don't find out until it happens, eh? So that was a Rubinsky planned attack. Okay. That's not happening. That's not happening, dude. Oh, okay. You're a dick. uh, what does Reinhard think about this plan? All right, Bittenfeld, what do you got? Stupid as fuck. Yeah, exactly. True. Reinhard's got his own code. And his code involves battle. He does now. Okay. So, what do you got planned, Young? And everybody else. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah. The kind of he'll be the one to end you type of thing. Mm hmm. Now we're getting inside Fahrenheit's head. Okay. 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 Interesting things are happening. So at the beginning, I talked about schemes and plots and stuff, and now they're happening. Ah, poor Silverbergy. I liked him. I liked that guy. I saw him as kind of like a mini Reinhard in a way. Super talented, but not at warfare or governance, but his specific architecture and building stuff and civil planning and all that jazz. And then his I don't know, his whatever he was, vice chairman of civil something, yeah, whatever. Gluck, I think. As like their dynamic, I saw it as kind of a potential foreshadow for what happens if and when Reinhard is no longer in power. Just because the way it was set up and all that stuff. So maybe we'll continue to explore that, maybe not. I think that the tension in that attack was what happened to Oberstein, because everything at this point seems to start to lead back to Oberstein. The whole Mueller case, the whole Royenthal case leads back to Oberstein and Lang more, but Oberstein's involved. All of the people who have fought under Kircheis blame Oberstein for his death. There are a lot of things that point back to him. And we talked either last episode or the episode before, the white-haired guy who's always with him, whose name escapes me, sort of mused to himself, I wonder if Oberstein is becoming a hate sink for the Empire, pulling all of the negative emotions from Reinhard toward himself in order to protect his ruler. Maybe. So one thing that I'm confused about in this episode is whether the bombing on Fazan was terrorist, Rubinsky, or Rubinsky is still working with the terrorists. Because I got the feeling that Rubinsky has kind of cut ties with his terrorist background, or whatever ties he had. I got the feeling that he's sort of working solo. But then the question arises, like, where's he getting his resources? I don't know. 24 hours of morning. Reinhard, lots of fleets heading in toward Yang. I think this is the second time that we've brought up the idea that Odin and the rest of the Empire is essentially undefended, since Reinhard has shifted all of his forces over to Fazan or further into Alliance territory, which means that there's a potential escape into Imperial territory for Yang, but I don't see much value in that. I don't know what the point would be. Like, let's leave the impregnable fortress, which is in a corridor which we could potentially defend, and just flit around the Empire where we're eventually going to get tracked down and bopped. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I like Bittenfeld's stance on the trickery stuff. Bittenfeld has always been a straightforward, I want to fight type of guy, and he's kind of similar to Reinhard in that way. Although I think Reinhard has a good bit more subtlety to the way that he goes about such things. But having this young, bright-eyed guy who I don't think we've seen before stand up and be like, I got a great idea. Let's just tell Yang, we'll let him surrender, it'll be peaceful, and then once he surrenders, we kill him. It's so easy. And Bittenfeld's like, fuck you. I liked that scene. I had a lot of fun with that scene. Good times. I also really liked the introductory scenes of this episode, where Reinhard is talking about removing the giant statue of Heinessen. And this is sort of an interesting thing to me. Like, we know that Reinhard is not all about that whole legacy dynasty type of thing. And so him saying, I don't want a larger-than-life statue of myself built. If you're going to make a statue of me, it should be life-size. People should see me as a human, as a man, not as a god. Because I've seen what happens when people worship their rulers and former rulers as gods. It doesn't work out. And I think this is an interesting little jab at the Alliance as well, because despite their we're all just people, democracy, republic type of thing, they do have a gigantic, godlike statue of Heinesen praising the sun, you know? And they not only look up to him, but consider him a larger-than-life figure. And that's a little flaw in the logic there. Because although he's an important figure in their history, he was just a man. And I think it says volumes that Reinhard is still aware that a human is able to affect massive change, to change the winds of history, to change the course of fate. I think that's important that he's still thinking that way, because he's done that, right? He is that man. And that he still thinks of himself as human and not above everyone, I think is important to Reinhard's character. And I've been holding on to it and saving it for last, but Fork. Motherforking Fork is alive, and he back. Now, if I remember correctly, he tried to assassinate somebody. This was a long time ago. He tried to assassinate somebody in the Alliance. It wasn't Yang. It was another commander type dude. I'm not sure if it was the darker skinned gentleman who we've seen a few times and haven't seen for a long time. But it was somebody important, and he had his reasons for doing it. It had to do with his relentless crusade against the evil of imperialism. Okay. But then he freaked out and got dragged off somewhere, and we never saw him again. And well, he got dragged off to this psychiatric ward, and the terrorists have found him. How will they turn his fervor to their own goals? Like, the one thing that I can think of is that Fork hates young Wenli, right? Like, young Wenli was a massive thorn in Fork's side, because every time Fork was like, we've got to go charge and crusade against autocracy, Young was like, yeah, but what about plans and stuff? What about supply lines and things? And turned out he was right. So I bet Fork has been sitting just simmering in his own hatred of young Wenli in this psychiatric hospital for however long it's been. What is it, like a couple of years? So he mad. He mad. Which makes the terrorist's job, if they're gonna do what I think they might do, much easier. But I don't know how you get Fork near young Wenli. Not when there's essentially a blockade of incoming Imperial ships toward Easterlone. That doesn't make sense. So I don't know what his plan will be, or what their plan for him will be. I do want to look at about 19 minutes. There was a title here. I just want to confirm, because we had some confusion, not confusion, but we weren't quite sure whether the true leader of the terrorists was still alive. I just want to see when we get the title for this guy. It pops up real fast. There we go. Supreme Secretary of the Religious Order, Archbishop de Villiers. Okay. Interim. So, okay. So is he not the original leader of the terrorists? He's the probably second in command who got away and is now in charge? I don't remember. I don't remember this guy very well. Darn. I guess it doesn't matter. He's a big bad boy with the purple cape. He's a bad boy. And lots of gold. Lots of bling. Bad dude. Bad news. This face. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then who was it? Oh, it was a line by Reinhard that I wanted to see again, but I don't remember exactly where it was. There it is. Okay. I need the context here. There's no need to fight Yang since he's presently at an overwhelming disadvantage. This is a really weird tax from Hilda. I can understand the logic behind it, which is that, like, Yang's not a big threat right now. Let's just let him grow a little bit, and then you can have your fun battles. Yeah, Reinhard? But that's really stupid. Like, that seems kind of dumb. But I can see why it would be tempting for Reinhard to want to go along with that. Potentially. But Reinhard's response is weird. Before I can rest, I must clear my debt to him. And the fact that he's playing with his locket before he says this makes me think immediately Kirchheis, right? But then, only after I defeat him and accomplish complete unification of the universe will my debt be cleared stuff. Will everything start for me? That's actually not what I thought he said, but okay. I want to listen to the Japanese and hear what's being said here. Oops, my bad. So I want to hear the Japanese here.
ヤン・ウェンリーに対する負債をまず完済せねばならぬ。彼を屈服させ、宇宙の統一を果たしてから世には全てが始まるのだ。彼を屈服させ、
There are a lot of words in there that I don't know.
フロイライン。世が休息するとしたら、ヤン・ウェンリーに対する負債をまず完済せねばならぬ。彼を屈服させ、宇宙の統一を果たしてから世には全てが始まるのだ。彼を屈服させ、としたら、ヤン・ウェンリーに対する世が休息するとしたら、ヤン・ウェンリーに対する負債をまず完済せねばならぬ。彼を屈服させ、宇宙の統一を果たしてから世には全てが始まるのだ。
Yeah, I'm not sure about that still. My Japanese isn't exactly fluent. So, I think it's just a translation dealio where it seems like he's talking about one person in both phrases, but in the first one he's talking about Kirchheis, and the second one he's talking about Yang. But they translated it to him in both, so it sounds like he's talking about the same person. But that doesn't make sense either if he's only talking about Kirchheis or only talking about Yang Wenli, because he has no reason to defeat Kirchheis and he has no debt to Yang Wenli. Unless he sees some debt to... Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, I'm just dumb. Okay. Neat. And then we've got some continued tension between Mittermeier and Royenthal. I assume they're talking about Elfriede and the child, and Royenthal's just like, I don't want to know. Okay. Make them annihilate each other. Same plan as usual for the terrorists. Man, Fork has seen better days. Looks like a skeleton. Okay, Wallen's fleet left Fazan with a delay. How dare they... Okay, here's the ploy. But what I want is the conversation between Fahrenheit and Wallen. Wait, Fahrenheit and Bittenfeld, sorry. Idle hands to the Devil's Workshop. So we don't have much to do. They're idiots who cook up needless plans. He's talking about that guy. Why don't you urge young Wenli to surrender? I'm sure he won't accept it, but you don't have to sit around idly until the Kaiser arrives. It's just something to do, and as a means to explore the internal opposite, blah, blah, and see his paramilitary reactions, why don't you try it? Just to poke the impenetrable fortress real quick. Okay. Did not advocate such a measure with any enthusiasm. When he actually did urge surrender, Fahrenheit was rather surprised. Much less could he possibly have foreseen the unexpected outcome that it brought about. Okay, so Bittenfeld is going to offer the chance to surrender to Yang and friends, and the outcome will be unexpected. Well, I can't expect what I can't expect, I guess. But I guess we're going to probably find out next episode. And it'll probably be step 1 in young Wenli's plans. We shall see. Okay, well. Interesting episode. Lots of schemes and plots. Rubinsky still making plays. No attack on Grunewald yet, so we're still waiting for that to happen, probably at a pivotal moment. Oberstein's alive. Silverberg is not. Rip in pieces. And he was about to make the cool palace thing, too. Aw. Poor awesome chin bro. Too bad. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Cool episode. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Ginga, Eiyuu, Densetsu. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I hope I'll catch you in the next one when I watch it. Yeah. Peace.